What's going on, everyone? Oh, yes. We have the start of a brand new season. Is this season 22? I think it is. And we're just about to go up against AEK Athens in the fourth game of the Champions League. And you might be thinking, that's a strange fixture. Usually we go for the best team in our group, which is Juventus, away from home, which is the last game. So what's the second best team away from home? Well, it's the fifth game. And we could wrap up the group here. So, yeah. You see the problem there. I would rather use this time at the start of the season on a game that actually, is meaningful. So, you see through the schedule, this season started really well, really strongly. Got a bit of fire in the belly, trying to get back into the swing of things as it comes to Champions League football. Got even more bad news. We could have been talking last episode of last season in the Club World Cup. It came around. I didn't know that it come around, and we got drawn against Manchester City in the quarter-final. And fair play to Manchester City, they played us off the park. But didn't win the competition. No. The competition was won by Inter Milan. Who have won it in 2025, 2029, and 2041. Incredible stuff. Yes, Manchester City of the Premier League, they defeated Real Madrid in the final of last year's Champions League. If we can get that up. Give me 2 seconds. There it is. And I believe... I'm going to guess. I can't actually check it anymore, which is a shame. I think Bilek might have won it for Manchester City, which is awesome for him. But anyway, it's nice because if we want to become the best team ever in the Champions League, we've got to beat 13 set by Real Madrid. I think that's the current highest amount, which is a crazy amount considering that we've only got 4. So, I mean, we've been dominant and we've only got 4. So, if we are going to go for that, we need to be what? We need to do that 2 times over. Could be here for a long time. But we chill. Let's have a look at the transfer history. Because this year, for the first time in ages, we've seen more out than in. The finances, well, looking kind of bleak. At one point, we had 7.27 million in the bank. I was like, fine. And we got it all sorted. Currently, the balance is looking very healthy at 242.7 million, and our transfer budget is 37.8 million. So that's top notch. Thumbs up. Let's have a look at the big sales starting last year. Right at the end of last year, I think. I would believe so anyway. Let's just check. No, apparently they've been registered for this year. Fine. Fair enough. So that makes my job way easier. I'll sort it by price. We see loads of loans going out, as always. Just trying to develop as many players as possible. Kayer went on a free. Disappointed. But I already know that I'm gonna pay that release clause. He's not gonna leave that easily. He's so good. Like, my mentality now is that I've lost him, and now there's just this brilliant player that we can get for £107 million. That makes it a lot easier because we've paid way more than £107 million for footballers in the past. But talking about that transfer, I'm gonna say, just sticking my neck out here, Ian Williams' transfer to Rupel Boom is probably the worst bit of business that I've ever made. He's kind of injury prone. It's £110 million. We're never going to get that back. Maybe 80 at a push. He's an £80 million player for sure. But that's not the problem. Injury proneness, lack of value. That's not the case. That's not the problem. The reason why this is the worst transfer is because moving him away from Manchester United forced them to get Kayer, forced them to be probably very heavy-handed and very determined to sign that player. And I'm now willing, moving on Williams, eventually, to just call it quits with Manchester United. They've definitely got one over on me, and I'm like, fair enough. I'll leave you alone. give me my player back, and I'll leave you alone. It was a tough pill to swallow. But with all the deadwood shifted that I'm going to show you, finances are looking good. At this point, April time, I was like, what on earth is happening? Looked pretty bleak, but all good now. All good. Projection set just shows that it's sloping all the time, but it doesn't factor in player sales ever. Transfer history, right. So Kayer went, Mateus went to Chelsea, the 21-year-old Brazilian. Kravchenko went to Tottenham, the Russian 21-year-old. Zatvornicki went to Lyon for 56k. Yes, we're selling players as low as that. This was genuinely a deadwood shift. Most of them. Ma Zhang, I should have got way more. Didn't get way more. It's fine. I'm okay with it. We just need to move him on. He's never going to hit the first team. Get him off the wage books. Lars Johan Absolson. He went to Charleroi for 1.4. Wouter van Loen. He went to Ajax, 1.6. These are figures that might rise. Rune Winther went to Ajax. Jon Helen went to Ajax. So they're trying to develop all them players. Lars Huisman went to Marseille. Just really insignificant amounts of money, but then they really did collect up as a big sum at the end. Dario Leva off to Liverpool. Yunus Osman. Another Ajax sale. Carmelo Vrangen. Big loss on him, I think. Let's just have a check. 36 million I paid for him. It's fine. I'm over it. Danilo Cassiani went to AC Milan. Jan-Erik Price was a very recent sale. Got most of the money back there. I'm kind of happy with that. Luis Hernandez went to Stade Rennais. Edgar Alzate went to Leipzig, 8.75 million. Akhmetov went to PSV for £10 million. Karaman went to Charleroi for 15 million. Most of these have got clauses, some of them haven't. Hector Bergueno went to Bergueno went to AC Milan. Kind of happy with that because I was never able to pronounce his name. The guy that I thought was going to be my next Erling Haaland went to Genk. Shame that. 22.5 million. Now we're getting into the silly money. Michael Frey went to Bayern Munich for £35 million plus 40% of the next transfer. Mrozek went to PSG. My biggest sales went to PSG. And PSG gave me £204 million in total from Mrozek and Kurt Warne. Yes, we've sold Kurt Warne. You might be thinking, why? Well, we did have troubles trying to finish last season. It was pretty evident, and I'm looking at the reports, and this pops up. Not seen it before. It takes a little bit of time for a player to reveal these important match information on the reports. Saw this, I was like, okay, there was a thing in the back of my head where I might have sold doubts this season. I might have sold doubts. I'm glad that I didn't because I saw this instead, and we went on the Kurt Warne trail. And I didn't really want to force doubts out the club. We would have never got him sold because not a single bid came in for the world's best player. pretty astonishing. That's never happened. Weird. The one time that I might have considered a sale and no one came in. Kurt Warren finally came out, got sold. Striker Granelli, that we'll figure out, that we'll show in a second, he came in as the replacement, and it was pretty slow to begin with, and I was like, have I made the right decision here? But things have started clicking now. With the schedule, you see how many goals we are finally getting, and we are back to our best. I think we are back to our best. We scored, 3-4 against Juventus, and these are games without response as well. 3-0 against Juventus. AK Athens, they got a goal in the 26th minute. Charleroi, the second best team in Belgium at the moment, they couldn't respond against us. So strong defence. That's an 8-0 win. That's quite mad. At the start of the season, you can see that we did struggle a little bit. The 1-1, the 1-0, but it slowly picked up pace. Really picked up pace, and that the goal scoring festival that was October hopefully continues into November. So I think I've done the right thing. I've done wise moves as well. I've cleared out some of the wage budget, but Frogner's on a bigger contract. Club is currently spending £2.75 million a week on wages. I think it was 2.8 million a week on wages last season. Right, big money moves, but really, really smart signings outside of these two, which, of course, more risky, cheaper. These guys, Zakuani, Granelli, Aski, I scouted, I hoped, and they delivered massively for me. Okay, let's get this guy out of the way. It's a shame. I saw his stats, 19 years old. I was like, this is a brilliant player. Turns out he's not got the potential. Might change, I don't know. But at the moment, it's 4-star potential, and usually they don't change. This lad, Belgian winger, coming at 4.5 stars, so that might not be bad. He's got loads of time to develop, 17 years old, so just keep an eye out on him. 10.75 million, drop in the ocean. And then we have Jules Zakuani, who I had an eye on at the start of the transfer window. The scouts just came back with these two brilliant players, Jules Zakuani and Tom Aski. And Zakuani had a slight interest, but I didn't think anyone was going to come in for him. Then Chelsea dropped a bid, and I was like, think I might have messed that up, because Watford, Chelsea, quite similar, quite close. Quite close, not similar. Quite close in terms of location. I was like, there's no way he's going to go to Rupel Boom. Slapped on a big wage, but we know that with Kayer, that doesn't really mean that much. But he did sign. He has signed for us £48 million. That's what he looks like. And apparently, he's an attacking right mid. No, he isn't. He's going to be trained up as a right back. Absolutely. So that is Jules Zakuani, 20 determination, scored twice in one of the games, looks an amazing player. An amazing player. I'm very, very happy with that. And then Milan, one of the other scouts came back from Milan and is like, found a great player. This is Lorenzo Granelli. Yeah. All of a sudden, the Kurt Warren deal just kind of made sense. And I'm sure this potential ability, or the current ability, will eventually trickle into 5 stars. I can't imagine that it'll just stay like this. In fact, you can see here that he's working on his off-the-ball vision, stamina. Like, he's not done just yet. He's 22 years old. Tom Aski. I have no idea how Man City decided to lose this player on what I consider quite cheap, especially what he's given us in return. The sale of Janovic, I probably jumped the gun on that one, judging by what we'd done last season. Even though creating chances wasn't too bad, I think Janovic in the team, we would have potentially brushed aside Real Madrid. now we're trying to fix it. We've got about 3, I think, Wootner, Boris Zoric, and Tomaski learning Mazzala. So one of them will turn into an absolutely world-class Mazzala. And this guy, he's already got like plenty of goals for us already. He's linking up really well with Yael Doubts. This is 4 goals already in 10 appearances, 11 appearances. Yeah, good player. And talking about just the 3 really expensive ones, nailed on. Absolutely nailed on. And if you keep on doing this over the course of 2 or 3 summers, you're bound to win something massive. You're bound to win it. Okay. But this is just one window. Luis Resrepo, I need to talk. I love this guy so much. Obviously, he's just an insane goalkeeper. We know that. 800k. Remember that we signed him up for 800k 2 years ago, yeah? Manchester United put in a bid. Prior to, I think Real Madrid put in the first bid. But Manchester United put in the biggest bid. And it was 9-digit long. It was £108 million all in. I would have sold him if it was 150 plus 40% of next sale. Even though I like him, 150 plus 40 for a goalkeeper, it's quite insane. But he deserves it. And I tell you, there was such a lack of goalkeepers before Luis Repo turned up. And when someone of that quality just drops in the game, yeah, a lot of clubs want him. And a lot of clubs would pay ridiculous fees, clearly. Still wanted. Who's wanting him? Real Madrid. Cool. But it makes complete sense because Resrepo played insanely well against Real Madrid last season. All right. Are we ready to play then? Have a nice time and just wipe away the troubles of last season with a nice performance here. Enjoyable. How many goals? Put down in the comments section how many goals you think we're going to score right now. That's a good idea, isn't it? I'm going to say 6. No. I'm pretty sure we scored 6 away. But Gabbiadini is up front. Gabbiadini's still not natural in that position. Yeah, no, 6. We'll go 6. Go on. Yes, Plodge. Oh. How did that not go in? Oh my god. Goal line technology. Yeah. It looks like, I'm sure some of the ball is over the line there and it's obvious the goal line technology has worked. Because that's the only technology that works in football. Thank you very much. Konstantin, who I believe is now 5 stars. He's been rated 5 stars. I don't think he's 5 stars, but he's been rated 5 stars by Football Manager. It's got, to be honest, right? Some amazing performances of late. He has performed like a 5-star player. The wheel, for me, doesn't show a 5-star player. That's in. Not even moving the goalkeeper. 23 goals already for Yael Doubts. Am I thinking, yeah, okay, we'll not have a striker next season if I sold this guy as good as Yael Doubts. No chance. But maybe without Yael Doubts here, someone else steps up. I have the feeling that certain players just aren't stepping up at all. Because it's like, oh, Yael will sort it out for us. Well, what if Yael's not here? It's it. Oh, he's still going to be my right back. But damn, that guy's got a good right foot. Like when Ebersbach's here, you've not got a look in, son. Not got a look in. Although, set Paulo on to like backup right mid this year because I thought he'd still had a little bit in him. He had maximum potential at the start of the season, but that's immediately dropped off to just the 4 stars. Fuck. Gabbiadini, fair play. You can see now, this is what that Rupel Boom DNA was. Don't know why Kurt Warren just started messing about with the DNA, but clearly his Sale and the players that we brought in that attack, working amazing. It's a sensation. I think we're going to win it. I think we're going to win the Champions League. There you go. This is just as good as any Rupel Boom side previously, and we've won 4 Champions Leagues. So I think, yeah, we're going to do it. Which is very exciting. I will, look, if it happens, if we get to the final, yeah, he can find a pass. Unlucky. If we do get to the final, if we do lift the trophy, yeah, I'm going to celebrate like mad. Because even though it didn't hurt losing to Real Madrid, because you just knew it was coming, you could kind of protect yourself from it a little bit, or get ready to face the inevitable. Go on, Gabbiadini. It's still a disappointment, and that run of 3 Champions League is not turning into 4. And if we are to have 4 in a row, from that point, it's 4 years into the future, maybe in 5 years into the future plus. ASCII into no. It's smooth. It's smooth. It's so smooth. I know that AEK Athens are not at the level of Real Madrid, but there is a complete directness that was totally missing. And Wootner, a little bit of a silly foul to give away. Talking about silly fouls, Yael Doubts got sent off in a league game. 2 foot against one of the opposition players. Horrific challenge, but definitely not in the nature of the Ballon d'Or winner. Oh my days, what a keeper. What a keeper. That's like the second penalty that I've seen him stop in the year. And he's sorry, seen him face in the year, calendar year. And yeah, saved them both. Madness. That was AEK Athens' only shot. Silly stuff like that. You just need to get that away, because obviously the bigger teams will put that in, or make you pay for silly mistakes. Wootner really. I like having the Belgian players around, but it's not the be all and end all. If Wootner starts dropping, there are so many quality centre mids at Rupel Boom. About 5 that are trying for 2 spots right now. If he makes a mistake, he's out. Sorry. I mean, right now, Pimenta's not playing. Because ASCII's an absolute baller. Alright, let's get Ian Williams in. And we'll give it a go. Granelli. We want to see some Granelli, don't we? Apparently, there might have been a key highlight there for AK Athens. Pimenta's not on the bench, so I'm going to guess that he might have picked up a little injury, maybe. Let's have Alfonso go for the entire 3 subs. Ebersbach must have a slight knock as well. So you'll see the link up hopefully now of Granelli and Doubts. I hope you can. Or Ian Williams just absolutely rifles it. Nice. Hey, if you want to tell me, if you want to shut me up and say, nah, I am a £110 million player, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It's quids in at the end of the day, and also it helps Rupel Boom succeed. So go on, Ian Williams. Praise the kids. They've done very well. And when I say kids, I really do mean kids. Some of these were born. Right, let me try and get this right. Some of these were born in the future. Yeah, some of these were born after 2022. Like, let's just pick this guy. He was born. No, no. That is a big F. Maybe Zakawani. He's like 19. Yeah, born 2022. Madness. Big old praise. But he's looking quality. Aski's looking quality. This is just really solid signings. Top team level, top tier level signings. With good scouting. One of our most experienced scouts actually retired this season. I think we replaced him with someone from Beershot or Anderlecht, which is, a useful thing. Zakawani nearly scored again. I did say 6. We're a bit off 6. But my goodness, we have just detonated upon them. That's what you like to see. And we're just over the expected goals. Ball. Link up. That's Aski. Oh. That's surely a penalty. It looked like a penalty. Good link up there by the forwards, though. These two are already working on a better level, a higher level, a level where we saw. What was the lad? Was it Simsek? I think it's Simsek and Doubt's kind of levels of understanding, which only can help us really. Verhoek's getting there as well. I think Verhoek's 4.5 stars. Go on, Zakawani. Yes, mate. Doubts gets blocked. I think it's only going to be 4 here. But I am absolutely delighted. That is a way to bounce back from your Champions League disappointments and your Club World Cup disappointments as well. I really want to win a Club World Cup before this series is over. I don't want to, like the Champions League, I don't want to overtake whoever's got the most because the competition's formats changed massively and it's totally out the question, I think, of just chasing down whoever's got the most. Because back in 2020, there's one being awarded every single year. Now, there's only one being awarded every 4 years. So it would take 4 times the amount of length. Ridiculous. Not worth it. Not worth it. Especially, let's say it is Real Madrid. I imagine Real Madrid have won a decent amount. They have won 4. History, past winners. Real Madrid, Inter Milan. Inter Milan have won it 4 times. Barcelona have won it 4 times. It's looking like all of them are 4. So it's possible. It could potentially happen, all right? I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. I'll think about it. I will consider it, but still, that is 16 years plus the 3 or 4 right now until the next one comes along. It's a long old time. We'll be in a new stadium by then. Easily. We might be the greatest ever football club by then. In terms of Champions League wins. I don't know, man. It's a long, long time. Anyway, I don't really know why I'm continuing. Tom Askey drops the 10 in training. Yes, please. Alès. Yeah, I might consider, alright, since his ability is a potentially 5 stars, I might consider the sale of Constantin, but he's still really young. It feels like we've had him for ages, but the fact is we signed him as a 16-year-old 5 years ago, 40-odd million, which is ridiculous money for a 16-year-old, but we saw that potential in him. He's got plenty of time to grow. I would love a little bit more speed. In fact, I'm actually gonna go there. Try and up, especially acceleration. Ebersbach, maximum potential, maximum ability. Yeah. Minorato's now at 4.5 stars. For Hoek, 4.5 stars, and he's still, like, everybody, the coaching staff are still believing that he's got more to come. So, wouldn't it be weird if, like, Yael Doubts moves on, and then the next best striker is another Dutch player, another player from Ajax? Jesus. That would be insane. Alright, I'm delighted. I can't wait. I'm so ready. I'm already gearing up for the Champions League knockout rounds. We've got it. We've got this. See you next time.